Ball goes straight up into the air, and it's won by the Tigers. Gives it off, but she'll often be there behind cage. The final setup before a Clemson goal. Looking for their first today. Shot goes in, there it is. Lindsay Marshall, top left corner. Clemson strikes first against Syracuse.
A great face dodge here by Marshall. Syracuse electing, just like in that Northwestern game, to go to that woman-on-woman defense. One of the best defenders on Syracuse, Casey Benoit, matched up with her. One quick plant foot, and she's free on cage.
Helping lead the way to an undefeated 4-0 start to the year. Babcock again, near side, one-on-one. Pass inside, shoot, save. Daniela Guyette with her first stop of the day. Pushes it back to Ward. Heavy pressure, gives it up. Good rotations from Clemson so far, but a pass inside turns into a bouncing shot. Caroline Trinkus strikes first for Syracuse, and it's all tied up 1-1. Took plenty of ball movement, but the Orange finally find the back of the net.
If you see her, eventually once you get to the goal, a great stop by Guyette though, and if you see Trinkus in that center, she's just roaming there the entire possession. Her and Emma Muchnick just standing there in that center, constantly flashing to the ball.
Roden Bayless for battle number 3. Clemson's up 2-0 in the draw department so far. This one flipped back, and Rode wins it to herself. Sam DeVito working quickly, passes it up, picks it back up, shoots and scores. That's exactly how you draw it up. Sam DeVito gives Syracuse the lead on a heads-up play.
The first clean win by Megan Rode on the draw. Doesn't need the other wingers to get involved. And Syracuse, as I said earlier, making it a point to push in transition. Not the way they drew it up, Tyler. Still gets back to DeVito.
Shot clock winding down. Not much time left for Clemson. Under 10 to go. Urgency moving up. Goldstein passes over the head of her teammate. And the prayer doesn't work. Guyette grabs the ball.
It's high.
Goldstein looking for a cutter. Holds on to it for herself. She's pushed back by Reber. Pass in front. Shot goes in. And it's all tied up again. Lexi Edmonds strikes for the Tigers.
We talked pregame about feeding from behind the cage. How can Clemson change the eyes of Daniela Guyette? This time it's Goldstein who gives it up initially, eventually finds Edmonds, and Benoit just loses her cutter.
So big for Edmonds to get going today for the Tigers. Goldstein pressured by Benoit, pushed back, gives off near side. Castiello takes a run. Marshall shoots and scores. Clemson has the lead back. And Lindsay Marshall has her second goal of the day.
Almost the exact same look that she had on her first goal. This time she's working on Melina Cotter, and the Syracuse defense huddling after this one with someone on the coaching staff trying to figure out how they can stop these dodges. It's that same face dodge, gets to her preferred right hand, slots it in.
Shirt left from the far side. Fakes one way, goes the other. Can't get herself open. Swung over to Lindsay Marshall. She has 2 goals today. This time passes it off. And it's pushed away at the result of a flag. We set for a free position opportunity. Charges, shoots, but it's saved. Guyette with her second stop of the day. Pass in front. Syracuse has to fade away. Guzik tries, doesn't get it. Another stop by Lamparter. Marshall off to Stanton. Behind cage for Clemson. Goldstein switches fields. Castiello comes all the way around, shoots and scores. Took her time, picked her spot, and gets it to the back of the net for the Tigers with a 2-goal lead now.
Does a really good job of getting all the way through. Nobody open. She keeps it herself, gets through all the sticks, and finishes. Clemson having success in the second quarter.
A much-needed free position opportunity coming up for Syracuse. Sam DeVito set for her first free position shot of the season. Charges, shoots, and it's saved by Lamparter. Clemson is more than happy to keep the pace of the play slow. Shirtleff gets open, misses, and it's scooped up by Guyette.
A lot of game left, and you expect a player like Emma Ward, maybe with a halftime break, compartmentalize everything.
Shirtleff looking inside, instead goes behind the cage. That shot high is saved by Guyette. Still nothing for the Orange. We're behind cage again. Double team pass in front, and there it is. Trinkus with her second goal of the day. Ward with her first assist. And Syracuse finally breaks the scoring drought to make it a 1-goal game again.
Emma Ward not going to be held down for very long. Finally gets to have a pep talk with her offense after that goal. Trinkus just stays right where she is. Wasn't much that she did to get open after it. I think Clemson just forgot about her in the middle and
completely offloading that far side, just had two players try to get someone open. Dump off to Goldstein, gives in front, and that turns into a goal. Natalie Shirtleff cashes it in. The Tigers back up 2 over the Orange.
the patience of this Clemson offense has really taken shape here. Had 3 players behind cage initially when the possession started, then more players rotated, and Shirtleff just gets free. Syracuse, lots of work to do at both ends.
She spins around, back to Volpe. Muchnick's pass sails away. It's tracked down by Cotter. 30 seconds on the shot clock, and a whistle blows. Ball sails out of bounds. And yeah, before the ball went out of bounds, a shooting space violation was called.
Does Syracuse try to find someone on that backside with a numbers advantage?
30 seconds left on the power play. Ward dodges through 2 defenders, and a flag comes out.
First time today she'll do it herself.
And she does do it herself. Makes it a 1-goal game on the free position. Her first goal of the day, and it came when Syracuse really needed to find the back of the net, get the offense going in the second half.
And immediately she's huddling everybody around, being the leader that Syracuse needs, and being the goal scorer that Syracuse needs as well. Not wasting any time. We've talked about Syracuse's struggles on that free position. She's certainly decisive.
Is on the power play. Again, just 3 goals on player-up situations this year for the Tigers. How about you make it 4? And how about it comes off the first goal of the day for Kayla McLeod? The Tigers go back up 2 thanks to their leading scorer.
The one time today that Superior Clark hasn't been attached at the hip to Kayla McLeod. And on the power play, got some more room right at the 8-meter arc. The bouncer goes for Clemson.
Muchnick, feed to Ward. Pivots to the backside. Some room. And that's a shooting space violation. Vogelman is going to get a chance for a free position shot. Vogelman just 2 for 5 on free position shots this year. She charges all the way in. The patience works, and she pokes it right past the goalie. Back to a 1-goal deficit for Syracuse as Vogelman steps up on the free position.
What's the one thing we know about Alexa Vogelman? She has so much speed, and she uses it to her advantage here as she crosses the face of goal, able to get in front of those Clemson defenders. And once she changes the eye level of the keeper for Clemson, goes back to that.
Charges, wide, shoots, and bounces it home. Syracuse has tied this game back up.
Last week, saved 4 of 5 free positions. This time today, Syracuse have converted on 3 of their 5 opportunities from the 8-meter. DeVito.
So looking to see if DeVito moved before the whistle.
And this is a team challenge by Clemson here, not an official's one.
So maybe the left knee came up a hair, but that's really all I'm seeing, Ryan.
There was that little hitch right before the whistle went.
Player went early on the 8.
And that little hitch by DeVito's left knee is enough for it to be ruled a false start. Guzik again, one-on-one. Pushed back by Agostino, who's done a solid job on this possession. Annie Parker dumps it off to her teammate, Melina Cotter. She can't finish. Ball on the ground, and it's going Clemson's way. Marshall drops in, ball poked away. To the near side, the Tigers win the race again. Shirtleff, open in space, pass off left, the shot is stopped by Guyette. And so this will be another free position opportunity for Syracuse to tie things up. This time, Gracie Britton, the shooter for Syracuse. 0 for 1 on free position shots this season. Has a chance to tie the game up. Britton shoots and scores! Britton ties the game up for Syracuse on a free position goal from the right wing. Plenty of speed on that. And such a big goal from Britton.
A great stop by Guyette from earlier. We mentioned how good Lindsay Marshall has been today. And that one just an error by Lamparter. It's a low shot from Britton, and it bounces off that inside of that right leg.
Most of the second half with just 1 goal after the halftime break. With the lead, that was one thing, but now it's back tied up. Castiello punches it in. Clemson did not take long to respond, and Castiello hands the lead back to the Tigers.
And Castiello just realizes she has way more space than she actually thinks she does. And because of that, I think it's a defensive error on Syracuse. No one picks up Castiello. She goes right at goal line extended. Casey Benoit's the first one to realize it, and it's too late. And a defensive blunder from the Orange. Vandiver just turns her head. She's looking at the other side of the 8-meter. And all of a sudden, the person with the ball puts the ball in the back of the cage. Bayless from behind. Cotter picks it up, in Syracuse with the possession.
Ward behind cage through 2 defenders. Runs into plenty of contact. And Ward should be set for a free position shot of her own. Coach Kolek for Clemson called Emma Ward creative. What can she do here? Charges at the cage, gets the angle, and scores! Emma Ward with a quick response, her second goal of the day, and it's tied up again.
We saw Alexa Vogelman in the first half cross the face of Lamparter. She uses the patience that Vogelman did to tie this one up at 7-all here as we go halfway through this fourth quarter in Syracuse.
A dodge, McLeod, double teamed, forced to give it up. The run from Shirtleff at the top of the fan, gets open in front of cage, shoots, and scores. The hesitation got Guyette all sorts of mixed up, and Clemson is back on top.
This is such a great run by Shirtliff. Caramelli tries that two-handed check, able to bend the edge, get away from that check on the backside by Caramelli, and once she gets across the face of goal, got Guyette in a panic.
But it's been all Clemson since midway through the first frame. Lindsay Marshall, one-on-one, dumps off to Shirtliff after her great run last time out. The passes continue, and it results in a goal. Lexi Edmonds, with her second of the day, punches it in, and it's back to a 2-goal lead for the Tigers.
You're seeing this Clemson Tigers offense blossom right in front of your very eyes. Look at the comfortability they have with Syracuse. They're not worrying about the passes into the middle, and when they get the ball in their stick, they believe they can get it right past Daniela Guyette. Edmonds, her 15th of the season. Trinkus looking for it in the middle.
Down to 15 on the shot clock. Volpe behind Cage, off to Britton. 10 seconds to go. Ward dumps off in front. The shot doesn't go, and Lamparter scoops it up. Emma Ward with 2 goals today. A hat trick from her would be big. Emma Muchnick, another team leader, has been held scoreless. Who's going to step up for Syracuse? Trinkus, the freshman, dumps off inside, and it somehow finds the back of the net. My goodness. An unorthodox goal cuts the deficit to 1 for Syracuse, and the Orange are alive with under a minute left.
You'll take it any way you can get it at this point. It's Volpe in front of Cage. Trinkus dumps it off. Does she get a touch on it? Syracuse won't care.
Win this, get a goal. That's the game plan for the Orange. Flipped back to the wing, and Bayless punches it down. Ball goes back up into the air. It's plenty of contact, and Clemson is given possession. Clemson has possession, and Syracuse is going to have to force a turnover to get back in this game. Still an empty net for Syracuse. The Tigers just trying to waste time.
Ball's far away from the net anyways.
And now comes a timeout from the Tigers. Agostino ready to go 1-on-3. Sprints back all the way to the end line. Vogelman up in her grill. Pokes the ball loose. They're fighting for it all the way at the sideline. Syracuse comes away with it for a second. Ball on the turf again. Now it's Clemson ball. Under 10 seconds to go, but Clemson got a timeout off after they recollected the ball.
It's just a race to see who can get to that angle, and Alexa Vogelman just can't really cut it off. Eventually, though, forces the ball free. It's a great ground ball pickup, though, eventually, as Trinkus has it right on her stick right there. And a great swipe once again by the Tigers.
Launches the ball down the field. Clemson just happy to run out the clock. And for the second straight game, Clemson